me again. It's day 3 today. Yeah, it must be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. I've been moved rooms today, so this morning, probably about lunchtime really, I got my results back, so my MRSA and my COVID and everything was clear, so I got moved, which is great really, because now I'm in my permanent room. Which is a lot smaller, but you probably can't even tell because it looks exactly the same. So yeah, that was brilliant, so that I could settle in and I don't have to live out of a backpack then. Not backpack. A suitcase. I don't have to live out of a suitcase. So I've now emptied everything, like put stuff into the closet, and got my stuff out just so it's easily accessible. So yeah. And then the other thing that's happened today, otherwise I've not really done much, but I actually met my surgeon in person today, which is brilliant because I've only ever spoken to him over Zoom. He's so lovely, literally, he's amazing. The thing with him is he just understands completely, like there's no question as to what you're feeling. He completely just understands it, and yeah, it's mad because I've not really come across someone like that before, that just believes you really, that at the end of everything. I was told not tomorrow, I was told Monday that I'm going to be having my surgery at 8:30 in the morning, and it's going to last about 4 hours I think, because it takes him about 2 hours to fuse and then another 2 hours to do the jugular decompression. I got to wash my hair tomorrow as well because it needs to be the cleanest it can, so there's no chance of infection. So we're gonna wash my hair tomorrow and then replait it again, like this, because then what he's going to have to do is shave a piece at the back to be able to make the incision into my head. So I'm gonna have like a little undercut for a while, which I've never had. I don't ever cut my hair anyway, so that's gonna be weird. I've got to stop eating and drinking tomorrow at midnight, which isn't too bad. I thought it would be like a whole day of not eating or anything, but it's only midnight, so it was just while I'm asleep really. Oh, he also uses dissolvable stitches, which is great because then that means we don't have to go and get them taken out by someone, so then that's like a trip saved for us. He's also told me what's really interesting is, for people out there who know what the surgery is about or might be looking to get it themselves, what's really interesting is, so I'm having skull, which is C0 to C1, C2 fused all together. A lot of the time they'll put 3 screws in each vertebrae, but he told me this time that what he does to make it easier and better for you is he puts a screw in the skull, where he puts the plate on, and then he also puts a screw in at the bottom one, which is C2, and actually it goes up into C1. So that one screw holds those two together, and then the C0, which is your skull, holds that on its own, which I thought was very interesting and actually a really good way of doing it, because I'd not seen some of them just put 3 screws in there, so I thought that was interesting. He also says that he puts the metal plate not just on the back of your skull, it's going to be under the muscle. So there's not any issues with it, because there have been issues before where surgeons have just put it on the back of the skull and then the metal has eroded the skin, so then it has to be basically redone because your skin's going, which isn't good. I will then be in ICU for a whole night, or day and night, until I wake up, and I'll be looked after there. with one-to-one nursing, and then he said after that I'll be moved back to this room, which is sometimes the harder bit because then you don't have one-to-one nursing, but they've been brilliant. I mean, I've pressed my button and they come straight away, so I don't have any worries about that at all. I'm then also going to have physio as well to get me moving, because I assume that my neck's going to be completely like stiff. I don't think I'm going to have too much movement afterwards. I have seen that it's really stiff at first, but the more you do physio it then starts to move more, but because it's the skull that's fused to the C1 and C2, I'm literally not going to have a lot of up or down or left and right movement. So that'll be interesting actually. I'm not too bothered by that. Then when I'm obviously discharged at the end of the week, I'll have meds that I can take with me, because then we have a 6-hour drive back to Cornwall, which isn't going to be fun, but we'll see how it goes. Dad's driving, so he said he's just going to go slowly, controlled, and we'll have to stop if we have to on the way. Doesn't really matter how long it takes us, just as long as everyone's safe really. So yeah, I'll keep in touch with you. I'll tell you how it went washing my hair if you're that interested tomorrow, but if not, then it will be Monday when I have surgery. So yeah, God, this could be the last time I speak to you before I have surgery. Oh, if it is, see you there. I'm excited now, I think from speaking to him today, it just reassured me massively. He knew exactly what he was talking about. He explained everything to me, and it's just like the way he says things, he just understands, and I felt there's no need to be scared or anything like that. I have complete trust in him massively. So yeah, it's interesting the emotions that I have gone through up and down, and as soon as I've spoken to him it just all dissolved. I just felt so comfortable and I was like, yeah, do you know what, I can do this. So yeah, I'm excited now. I just had my dinner. So yeah, I'm just going to read my book now and I'll catch up with you soon. Just watched that back and I've realised how, one, horrendous I look, and two, how bad my hair looks with this light behind. I look like I've got some sort of weird swelling on the top of my head.
So this is the morning of surgery. God, that was nerve-wracking. And then this is my lovely stockings that I had to have on, and my gown. So this is after surgery. I'm in ICU here. First time being in ICU, which is weird. But yeah, I don't have a lot of memory of this time at all. I have no recollection whatsoever of filming this. So this is like literally the first night, and I'm kind of saying it all went well.
Got a cup of tea. And yeah, doing well. I'm quite happy at the moment. Had a good night's sleep last night. And yeah, I'm okay. I'm not actually in that much pain, which is brilliant. So just been resting, been sleeping. So this is, I had my operation yesterday morning, and now it is 9 o'clock the next day. So yeah, I'm in ICU at the moment, intensive care unit. I'm just, yeah, resting. Got oxygen in my nose. I've got dodgy hair because they've obviously shaved the back of my head, but it's still in my plaits. Got a cup of tea. Managed to eat some Weetabix just now. So yeah, I'm doing well. Funnily enough, I'm doing a lot more well than I thought. I've got a completely numb ear. I think the anaesthetist said that when they clamp your head in position to be able to operate on it, they put pins in by your temples, and I think it's just nicked a nerve or just touched a nerve. So I've got a numb right here. I don't know if you can see. I've got an incision under my ear. And then obviously one on the back of my head. But otherwise that's it. Yeah, the other thing I'll let you know is that I'm on oxycodone at the moment. Sorry if my voice is a bit weird, it keeps breaking. So that's what's controlling my pain. And then also I'm on a pain pump. So basically when I'm in pain, I just press the button and it basically feeds it through to me through my cannula. I was in and out of sleep last night. I slept quite well, to be honest. They had to come and do my obs quite a lot, and I've had to roll over as well, so they can check the back of my neck to make sure everything's fine. I can't think of anything else to say. My neck does hurt at the back, but nowhere near as much as I thought it would. I thought it would be horrendous. I don't know whether that's just me and I've got a high pain threshold, or whether, I don't know. But yeah, I did throw up twice yesterday, but I've had anti-sickness drugs since then and stuff like that, so I think I'll be fine now. I have just eaten and I've not thrown it up yet, so that's good. I've got stockings on my legs, compression stockings, and I've also got these weird, like, you know how they measure your blood pressure? I've got like cuffs on my legs, and what they do is like blow up and get tight intermittently, just to keep your blood flowing and to help you not get any clots or anything like that. And they're quite fun. They feel really nice, like a massage.